Hey guys, it's Christina here, and today's video is going to be on my rabbit hutch tour of my Benji rabbit, and you can see he's just over here having some playtime outside right now. And for those of you who are new to me and don't really know me or my pets, here is Benji, and he is my rabbit whom I adopted from a rabbit shelter last August. And he is just one of those solitary bunnies who does not like to be paired. He's, I guess, very independent and solitary because the shelter said they tried multiple times to try and pair him with other bunnies, but he did not want to be paired, so he's just going to stay by himself. So here is Benji's homemade hutch, which was built by my dad and me. It measures 10 feet across on the bottom of his first floor, 2 feet for the width and 2 feet for the height. And then, as you can see, he has a second story. He has 3 feet for the length, 2 feet for the height, and 2 feet for the width. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, Benji does live outside because the weather in my area is very, very, very mild. We don't get any snow here. It hardly rains, and when it gets hot, it's really not that hot because we always have a nice breeze. For the days that it is forecast to rain or the nights when we have the sprinklers on, you can see we do have these plastic things which we just pull down, and then it covers all the way to the very bottom right here where it meets the grass. Just to make sure that if there are any harsh winds or it rains, nothing gets inside of his hutch and he stays nice and dry. So I guess we will start up here on his second story. Right over here you can see he has his little pellet bowl. And then over here he has his litter pan, which has yesterday's news as the litter. And then above that I have his hay rack, which includes oxbow timothy hay. Over here you can see he has his little water dish with some rocks to weigh it down to make sure he doesn't accidentally kick it over. And then for his second story I did line it with these little mats I bought from a store. And this is just to kind of keep him a little bit warmer since it is becoming winter, and that way he can, eat up here and still feel kind of nice and warm. And also the other day he did knock over his little water dish right here down onto the first floor. I think he might have slipped or something, and then he ended up hitting it, so that was a big mess to clean up. So now he has lots of traction with these, and these don't slip around too much since they have the little pads underneath. So hopefully this will solve the problem. And then you can see he has his little entrance down there with a towel that is binder clipped so that he has a little bit more traction on his ramp. And then above that he has, of course, his little Mr. Hedgehog and that little green thing below him. Okay, now we will move right down below his second story. You can see, of course, he has his box right here, and he has been chewing away at it. On top of his box you can see he has that little mat right there, and he really likes to lay on top of his box, so I decided to put that mat up there and keep it up there for him for the winter, so that way he can stay up on top of his box during the winter and still feel warm. And then right in front of his box you can see that he has this mat if you watched my pet haul, and he seems to like this, although he is just kind of kicking it around right now since the weather has been really weird where I live. It's been sunny one day and then rainy the next, so on the rainy days he keeps it here and he'll lie on top of it. And then now we'll go inside of his box. Inside of his box I did line it with the little hay mat right here just to kind of keep him a little bit warmer. And then I do have these little fleece things that I made for him, and so this is just to add some extra warmth for him. I do find that in the mornings he ends up kicking it out because I guess it's too warm, but that's okay because then at night when it is cold he has it there. And then right over here to the left of his box he has his super pet kebab chew right here, and I did add a few extra things on there. And we will move on over here to this side, and you can see there is Benji just chilling out. I guess he's had enough of running around the yard. So I guess first we will start off with the toy right in front of Benji, and there is his sisal or sisal ball, which has a bell in it, and he has been loving that. He has been chewing that, as you can see. And then over here he has his little corn husk chew that I bought from Petco. Hello Benji. Oh, sorry bunny. And you can see he has had plenty of fun chewing this apart. Right there he has one of his little cat toys, which he has also been nomming away. Back there he has just a few little willow sticks left over, and they're almost gone. Over here we have his little tissue box that holds a little jingly ball inside, and he actually loves this. I'll see him pawing this around and just kind of liking how the ball moves inside the tissue box. And I did make sure to take out the little plastic parts that are usually right here. He has an old wooden block back there. Right over there he has another one of his little sisal chews that has some bark in the middle. Back there he has his lava wood chew block from PetSmart. Here he just has a little washcloth in the shape of an apple. Up here he still has his little pinecone kebab chew from Petco, which he absolutely loves, as you can see. Then to the left of that he has his little, what is this called? I think it is corn husk ball that was also purchased from Petco. And then below that he has his Super Pet chew. Oh, I forget what this is called. If I remember, I'll put it back up on the screen. And another one of those little blocks. Right here he has his barrel roller, which is on top of his blue polka dot mat, which he loves to sit on. And then he has his Tide box over here, and you can see he has been chewing away at that too, but that's okay. And then he has his little ladybug fleece on top of that to keep him warm. And the very last thing is his little, I think this is a bristle ball. And he loves knocking that around with his head and then just chewing away at it. So yeah, guys, that is it for Benji's Hutch Tour. I will give you guys one last quick overview of his hutch. And if you're wondering why so many of his toys are on this side, or almost all of his toys are over here, is because whenever I kind of try to put them on the second story or in his little sleeping area back there, he seems to just always push them over to this side within the next couple of days, and then he keeps them over here. So I guess he's an organized bunny or something, but he doesn't really like to have his toys on his second story or over by his sleeping area. And then here is an overview of his second story. And there we are. So yeah, guys, that is it for my hutch tour of Benji's hutch. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.